Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect. In the last episode, we learned that Cerberus had received a kind of shipment of Rachni from Nevaria, and were distributing, well, the Rachni were actually had overrun them, and were distributing themselves around the Styx Theta cluster, but we kind of cleaned most of that up, we reckon. This episode, we will be doing a couple of quests that we obtained a while back. Well, we did one quest we obtained a while back and one quest we haven't obtained yet. Here in the kind of Argus Row cluster, we first want to go to the Hydra system, which is here on the right. Now, there's a couple of kind of planets we can scan here first. There's Canrum, and if we scan this, then we receive scans of the planet reveal dangerous levels of radiation coming from orbit. Chief Engineer Adams conducted further scans and discovered the remains of an ancient warhead marked with the Parthia colony insignia. Now that, I think, is our last Turin insignia. Anyway, here's a kind of interesting thing here. This wants some background on the Krogan, then read this thing about Cancrum. Cancrum was the site of the warlord Shiagur's defeat by Turian peacekeeping forces during the Krogan rebellions. While this band was not especially powerful, Shiagur was a female warlord, and one of the few remaining fertile females at that. She had, through viciousness and cunning, parlayed her unique value into a position of power. Krogan males competed for the right to join her band and lie with her. When Shiagur's death was announced, vengeful male Krogan admirers near and far swore blood oaths against the participating Turian crews. In the end, several thousand of the Turian participants were killed in open combat or through assassination. To this day, many Krogan proudly proclaim that they have the blood of Shiagur. That's kind of an interesting story, especially for the fact that nowhere in this game, they are slightly in later ones, but nowhere in this game do you find female Krogan at all. There are some in Mass Effect 2 and 3 though. But anyway, as well, if we scan Cyber, then we get a concentration of helium-3, which is our last gas. We definitely have all 10 of the gas samples now, which is pretty cool. Anyway, Metgos is where we're landing.
Patching it through. General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. Emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
So, that gives us the kind of surprise quest of Distress Call, I think it's just called. You'll see at the bottom now. Anyway, let's go ahead and land on Metgos. Metgos is a large terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its hot surface is mainly composed of nickel, with deposits of potassium and heavy metals. It is a mineralogical treasure trove, with the concentrations of heavy elements constantly being brought to the surface by volcanic activity. Metgos is inhospitable and dangerous, and expeditions must be well prepared to survive for any length of time. With its high mass, heat-trapping clouds, and constant volcanic venting, Metgos seems well on its way to becoming a Venusian pressure cooker world. Venusian in that sense, I assume, meaning like Venus, because Venus in real life is a hideous planet. Because it's like, the clouds are made of like sulfuric acid, and it's ridiculously hot and high pressure and stuff like that. It's death. Oh no, not combat armor. Just do some quick leveling up. Give Ash full on what are they called, sniper rifles, and we'll just do some stuff on Tally there. You can watch that if you really bothered. But right, first thing we're gonna do is kind of down here to the south is a mineral deposit, which, when surveyed, if I can actually get out of the damn Mako, it's a deposit of thorium, our final deposit of thorium. Everything this episode is probably going to be our final Everything this episode is probably going to be our final sample of something because of how we're actually on the final kind of uncharted world. So if we haven't got everything by the end of this episode, something's gone missing somewhere, and I'll have to trawl back through the footage looking for it. Anyway, just to this, continuing along to south here, is the distress call.
Looks like the signal's coming from that wreckage.
Careful, Commander. I've got a bad feeling about this.
And when we approach to it even closer...
Geth. It's a trap!
And yeah, you are suddenly surrounded by a lot of Geth. Apparently they've got clever enough to start faking distress signals to lure people here. There's some, like, if you're early on in the game, this can be a bit of a threat if you're not used to fighting armatures and stuff like that. But really, not much of a threat. As usual, I wouldn't here like, there's usually the trick I always mention about, there's the trick for getting off and fighting armatures on foot, but I wouldn't recommend that here because of the level 2 heat hazard, which means that basically, yeah, getting out and fighting on foot is probably going to kill you very quickly unless you're really clever. Now I've said that I kind of want to try it. Fuck it, let's see if we can we've got snipers. Let's take a quick sniper shot on this fucker. Okay, someone else did it for me. Oh well, not gonna complain. Anyway, that's the actual entire quest completed, the distress call. It's entirely a troll quest, which is hilarious. Anyway, cross over now to the west is the next goal. And it's a mineral deposit that, oh, no it's not. I was going to say that we can survey to get some mercury, but apparently not. I think this is one of, if not our last heavy metal. Again, I'm going to be, I keep saying it without thinking that everything's going to be our last everything this episode. Anyway, next point is up to the north. And this is just a cheeky bit of rubble, which will give us some stuff that I'm going to grind down to Omnigel anyway, but hey, I guess it's worth pointing out for completion's sake. There's one more point on Metgos, which is up to the northeast. And this point is an anomaly, but it's a rather unusual anomaly, if you'll forgive the tautology there, because if we pointed it, it identifies itself as Turian Corpse. Doesn't look like a Turian corpse to me, so this is some crazy mecha Turian. But you can guess based on that incorrect name, or the incorrect model, what's going to be in here. Indeed, we found a very old letter stamped with the Gothis colony insignia. Unfortunately, the text is indecipherable. And that's us done here on Metgos, and that's been like 7 minutes, so that's awesome. We're actually about to burn to death, because that heat hazard builds very quickly. And yeah, so with us done on this kind of small troll of a planet, let's head back to the galaxy map. And our second goal for this episode takes place at the final system of the Argos Rho cluster, the Phoenix system. Now, the first thing you'll notice is this space station marked Pinnacle Station. That is the second DLC pack for this game, which I will be talking about and doing next episode. But for now, we have a couple of things to take care of here. We have a asteroid, which if we scan it, it's emitting a weak intermittent It's emitting a weak intermittent signal at a frequency of 15,040 megahertz. I'm not sure what the significance of that is, if it is anything in real life, but during a scan of the Phoenix system asteroid field, you detected an odd energy reading that Tali determined was Quarian in nature. She led a recon team to the asteroid field, where she discovered an abandoned freighter. The team could not determine why the ship was there, but they did find a Prothean data disk on board. And then additionally, there is, right up here past Pinnacle Station, is Vebinok. Good name. And if we scan Vebinok, then we get a deposit of cobalt. And then finally up here, no, not all the way up there, there we go, it's Patashi. And if we scan Patashi, we get a deposit of samarium. But the planet of interest here for now is Tuntau, which is where, this is where Rex determined that his family armor was being held in the mission. Rex, family armor. So that's what we'll be doing on Tuntau. Tuntau is an enormous low-density terrestrial planet with a thick atmosphere of methane and helium. Despite being nearly 20 astronomical units from Phoenix, the star's great heat and the insulating thickness of the atmosphere make the surface surprisingly temperate. The crust is mainly composed of sodium and silicon deposits, with deposits of various light metals. While Tuntau is not habitable, the relative pleasantness of the surface conditions make it a popular location for small ships travelling through the Argos Rho cluster to land for drive discharge. Also, you saw there, I made sure to select Rex. You don't have to bring him with you on this, but it's like with Dr. Salion and Garrus, it's highly recommended that you do so. Anyway, actually, let's level people up first, because we haven't used Liara. You can have a point in just your class skill, Scientist. And Rex, we can bring him all the way up to Master Shotguns, which is awesome now. Anyway, first things first, we're going to go up to the north to the anomaly there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ooh, what the? Oh, I'm not going to miss the Mako controls, but this is fortunately one of the final few parts of the game where we'll actually, no it's not, there are still more upcoming. Anyway, there's this Prothean pyramid up ahead, but that's not actually the anomaly. The anomaly is, if we just see, there's this kind of like mess of vehicles and wreckage and all sorts, and if we, there we go, here is the Sari capsule, and if we recover it, then it contains one of Matriarch Dylanaga's writings on the body. It's possible that they came from the nearby ruins, which I assume referring to that pyramid. Anyway, our next point is over to the west. On the top of that mountain is a point. And here we find a deposit of mercury, meaning the one I was talking about earlier on Metgos wasn't in fact a final deposit of mercury. This one almost certainly is. Anyway, just down to the kind of south and west a bit from here is another point. And this contains, oh, it's a crash probe. I'm not going to miss this, to be honest. I like this game. I really do. But the kind of, this aspect of it, the kind of repetitive aspect, nature of the kind of Uncharted worlds, I'm not going to miss at all. It's just very, obviously I'm going through it all for completion's sake, but ugh. Anyway, down here to the, continuing along to the southwest is another point. And this is one of those dodgy ones where, as you can see from the radar, if you're going to be technical, it's actually almost outside the edge of the radius of the kind of operational area, to the point where we will probably get a message through from Joker soon saying, "You gotta turn back, Commander."
You need to turn back, Commander.
Called it.
Going beyond the range of the operational
Yes, but there's a deposit of lithium here, which means it's worth going beyond the range of the operational area, whatever that even means. Anyway, with the lithium collected, then we now, there's one, shut up, Joker, there's only 1 point for us left, which is down to the southeast. So at this point, we come across some pirates who can very, extremely easily actually be taken care of from the Mako. Even just by splattering. Or not, apparently. Fuck it, let's fight him on foot. Oh, dude, I forgot about Rex's sniper. Shotgun even. And my sniper! Man, we're so much fun right now. Also, a thing that I hadn't mentioned with my kind of, like, sniper combo as well. It's worth... Dude. It's worth noting that assassination works on this. So if I use assassination with that, then I get the 200% damage boost, so it's pretty incredible to use assassination with the death combo.
This is the place. My armor's here somewhere.
Cheers for the update, Rex, in case we've forgotten why we're here. And so, all you have to do for now is fight off pirates. And amongst them is the... Hold on. Way! Don't know why I even shot that at the floor. I thought it was kind of going to be a bit of a bigger radius than it was. But yeah, so I'm just going to... Oh, God, there's a lot of pirates up there. Oh, not anymore. That didn't really do anything there. We seem to be becoming overwhelmed. This is one of the worst combats I think I've ever done. Just... Oh, good God, what just happened? Well, there was Tonactus. Don't know where he's gone now. I shot... Oh, there he is! Oh, he died all the way. Let's kill that guy as well. Dude, they go flying with the sniper. See what I mean, though? Just combat becomes very easy in the late game. I'm almost tempted to raise the difficulty level just to kind of... Well, I suppose it's... I don't want it too high on a Let's Play. He is doing a bit of damage to me. So I might just heal up a bit. But, like... Yeah, like, I can pretty much... I don't even have to bother using cover. I can basically just stand in the middle of combat and still be fine. But also... Combat is definitely, I would say, easier on the side quests than the main... What the hell was going on there? Combat is easier on the side quests than on the main quest, so... We'll see what it's like when we actually... Oh, that will be a Rex's shotgun. When we actually get back to doing, like, the main kind of quest stuff. Anyway, I was going to cut this combat out, but we're so close to finishing it now that there's not really any points. These guys are taking an oddly... Oh, ho, ho, ho. I was going to say they're taking an oddly high amount of punishment. But that is finally the final one defeated. Liara's dead. And then... Oh, no, she's okay. Her neck was glitching out there. That was well weird. Anyway, there's just some stuff. As ever in these things, there's some stuff downstairs. There's a crate with crap in it. There's a hardened crate with hardened crap in it. And a malfunctioning object. But where we really want to go is upstairs. And up here, there is a lot of crap. So I'm just going to basically smash and grab whatever I can. Not the wall safe. Upgrade kit. Medical kit. Wetware kit. And then the wall safe, which if we decrypt it, has some stuff in. And as well...
This is it. I can't believe my ancestors ever wore this piece of crap. But at least I've got it back.
I'm glad we could help you get it back.
I might just be starting to like you, Shepard.
Rex touches his grandfather's armor. His expression, thoughtful perhaps? Crokinah hard to read. Then he shakes his head in bemusement and grips his gun with renewed purpose. Time to move on. That's a bit of an anticlimactic mission, that one, but... Which means it's not one to end with, but... Yeah, that's us done with Uncharted Worlds now. I will go through in a few episodes' time, I will go through a list of kind of... Once I've finished off the Citadel missions, I'll go through a list of all the missions and kind of... So you can, if you're playing along, you can kind of check that yours looks like that, or if you want to see one, I'll kind of tell you what episode I did it in and stuff like that. But that'll be in a couple of episodes' time. For now, let's head back to the Normandy. Now, first things first, one of two things has happened. Either my list that I have that I made myself of what things to get where is wrong, or I have missed out a sample of heavy metal, presumably I think palladium, somewhere. If I have, I will insert some footage of me getting it now. If nothing happened there, that means yes, we've got all of the side quest stuff, so all the heavy metals, all the Turian insignias, all the data discs, all the signs of battle, and all of the matriarch's writings, which is pretty cool. If not, then you'll have seen a brief thing of me cleaning up whichever ones are left. Anyway, we're going to end with a conversation with not a squad mate, but a crewmate, because we've never really talked to the pilot, Joker, so let's do that.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic, but I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. I classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet, if you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
It's just good to get some background on Joker as well, because he is kind of a fairly important character, but just because he's not a kind of squad mate, you don't see as much of him. But he's got his own fleshed out background as much as any character in this game. And also you might recognise his voice if you're a fan of Family Guy, because that's Seth Green who voices Chris from Family Guy, and he does a lot of other voice acting stuff. But anyway, that's a good point to end this episode, so, because it's been almost precisely 20 minutes. So thanks very much for watching. We've cleaned up the last couple of side quests. Next episode, we will be doing the Pinnacle Station DLC, and I'll be talking about what even that entails. Then we'll have an episode where we'll return to the Citadel and finish off everything there. Then I'll finally just check through and make sure I haven't missed anything out before going off and doing Vermeer and the rest of the game. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the Dodge with the Infamous Gentleman, and this has been Mass Effect. Good day.